also the founding member of CARABOSSE.
Yeah.
But it's always been a dream of hers to do Gormenghast, and I think she's almost like walking on air. Well, not technically, she's under a lot of stress, but I think walking on air. The fact that it's almost her dream is becoming a reality now.
Excellent. Okay, we'll be back with these guys again in just a few minutes, and that's after the Thompson Twins. That's the Thompson Twins and Hold Me Now. And I just so wish that this wasn't just radio and I could actually give you pictures of what's going on in the studio. I'm with the three members of the CARABOSSE Theatre Company. That's Hal, Zara and Anthony. And you've never seen dance moves like it to the Thompson Twins. You really
Hal
haven't.
especially.
Fantastic. Right, before the break, we're talking about their forthcoming production of Mervyn Peake's play. Well, he's writing Gormenghast. Just give you the details of when this production's taking place. We'll come back to this again at the end of the interview, but just so you know now, the show runs from the 7th to the 12th of October. Now, there is an evening show for the first week. There is a matinee on the Saturday and an evening performance, and also a matinee on the 12th of October, which is the Sunday, the last day. There are tickets available on their website. I've got to say, I had a look at it last night. It's an absolutely fantastic website, carabosse.uk. .co.uk, and a little yes there from Anthony in the background. Carabosse.co.uk. There are tickets available for all shows at the moment. However, they are selling fast. So if you do want to go on a specific night, it may be an idea to get on the website ASAP and get your tickets booked. The theatre holds around about, I think, 200 people?
Yes, that's right.
200. And they are getting near to capacity on certain nights, so don't waste time on that one. Right, we were looking at the characters before the break. We're back with Zara, who's going to tell us a little bit more about her role in the play.
Yes, I play Fuchsia Grown, Lady Fuchsia Grown, who was the only child of the Grown family until Titus came along. She was not happy. She's 15 when Titus turns up, and It's only been her. And she hasn't had much to do with her mother and father, the Earl and Countess of Grown, because her mother is very interested in her animals rather than her children, and the Earl is constantly doing rituals within Gormenghast. So she's pretty much left on her own devices, and she's a little bit teenagery, and she's a little bit self-absorbed. So when Titus comes along, she pretty much hates him.
Hal has an interesting look on his face at this point.
We go method in CARABOSSE.
And that is your character, Hal?
Yeah, I play Titus, the adult Titus.
Right.
Because in the play we have the baby Titus, and we have a 12-year-old Titus played by a young lad called Tate, who's very good. And then there's me. At this point in the play, Titus he's 17, but he's nearly a man, and he's been the Earl for a while, but he still hates basically everything about it and Gormenghast and all his duties, and he just wants to be a 17-year-old boy, basically. He wants to enjoy life and just not be controlled by everyone around him. He wants free will, basically. Yeah.
So these guys are not particularly very happy, and then Steerpike comes onto the scene and messes with them even more.
Yes. Or the messing with me.
Tell them how you mess with them.
How I mess with them.
On that,
because Steerpike's goal is to get as high as possible, he befriends a doctor called Dr. Prunesqualler, and then moves on to find the sisters of the late. The sisters of the the sisters
Cover
of
it up.
the sisters of the current Earl. But then, to get further, he wants to get with Fuchsia, and tries to strike up a relationship with her. He manipulates her into sort of loving him so he can get close to her and eventually possibly marry her. You don't know.
But something happens.
But
we're not going to tell you.
But we're not going to disclose that right now.
No.
Okay.
Buy tickets.
Buy tickets.
And I take it from what we discussed earlier that this play comes with quite an endorsement from somebody within the Mervyn Peake dynasty.
Completely, yes. We've got the rights from the Mervyn Peake estate, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's a very big deal.
And also, we have a special guest on the Tuesday night, on the opening night. Guests, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Hal. You say it better than I do. You tell them.
Go on, Hal.
We have Fabian Peake's children.
No, you got it wrong.
Fabian Peake's children, sorry. Fabian Peake and Claire Peake. And
We're having a special VIP reception for them, a champagne reception. So we're inviting VIPs from Milton Keynes, basically, of which you're more than welcome to come if you like, Charles.
I would be delighted to.
Be our VIP.
Yeah, please be our VIP.
I'll buy a ticket, Hal. Don't worry. Don't worry. I couldn't take bribery. I really couldn't. So, did you approach them, or did they find that you were doing this production?
We approached them basically because we had to get the rights to adapt the books, basically the first two books.
Okay.
And it was certainly a process to get that, but they were very helpful, and they weren't at all, sort of against us. There was a certain set of stipulations that we had to abide by, which was fine, which was completely fine. And then we got the rights. And
do I take it this as a stage play hasn't been done that often?
This adaptation of the books has never been done.
This is a first.
This is the first.
Fantastic. How are rehearsals going?
Very
Guys,
well.
let's go around the table.
You can go first if you want, Hal.
This is my first play with CARABOSSE, and rehearsals going extremely well. I was at the start, it was a bit. I don't know how these people would operate, and they're very professional and serious.
He's smiling when he says that.
But you are wanting to become a professional actor, aren't you?
Yes.
You are. When you've been in a number of productions there with other groups before this. Yeah. Has there been anything particularly challenging for you in this role?
Because Titus, he's before, but he's still an earl, but he's had a terrible childhood. He's never been loved by his parents. Anyway,
Stop making faces, Sarah.
He's never been loved by his parents, and I have very loving parents, and I find that very hard to relate to, in the sense that it's like I've never had these sort of thoughts and feelings towards my own parents.
Yeah.
But I feel I'm.
But it's all part of your role.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I feel I'm getting there.
And
Anthony, the bad guy.
The bad guy.
How's it been for you so far?
It's mainly due. I think the language is probably the biggest barrier, because the book, the actual the trilogy, or the two books that we base around is quite dense. His language is like really, really vast, and I've actually had to have a dictionary out sometimes to see what sort of language, and just to read definitions of some of the words. To me, the language was quite a barrier to get around that and to understand what it means. The writing team did a very good job at sort of making it more clear.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that I felt hard was how he walks. Some in rehearsals I tried to find, because his shoulders are quite high, and as that's how Mervyn described him, Steerpike. I find it difficult walking differently, and it may sound really weird, but for me, having your shoulders high up and walking normally, it's hard. It's just his physicality is different, and it's difficult.
Well,
I got used to it.
Well, one of the biggest things that I found a challenge was portraying a single person from the age of 15 to around their 30s. So having to go through that range of years, basically, how to act. You have to go back way, to remember what you're like when you're 15.
It's a long time ago.
It's so long. So obviously, yes, that, and then going through the different stages, going through the 20s, going through the 30s and things. So I found that quite difficult, and also getting into the mindset of Fuchsia as well, because she is so different from me. I'm pretty laid back, but she's a little bit hypersensitive about things, and she's incredibly petulant, and she's. I sometimes think also because she hasn't had any guidance from her parents or any family members, she doesn't really know how to react to things. And when you yourself might look at a situation, sort of step back and look at something, she would sort of go headlong into it and not really understand about that.
So you're 2 weeks away from the first night. Mm-hmm. How long have you actually been rehearsing, and how often do you rehearse?
Since June?
Yes, we had the...
Start of June, I think it was.
We had the casting workshops, I think, in April, didn't we?
Yeah, that's when I auditioned for the year. So I think it must be early June, and we started rehearsals.
Yeah.
Since then, just twice a week, 3 times if we could get everyone together.
Yeah.
Mainly in the evenings, and Sundays the whole day, because everyone's got other business they do. So, they have other jobs. So we tried to fit everyone around it and get everyone together. But since June, So yes, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 months.
That's some good counting.
So it's taken over your lives, basically. Fantastic.
I can do maths.